Comparison of wet and dry result between HIMI Gouache and HIMI Watercolor. We take an appropriate amount of ultramarine without adding extra water and draw a straight line on the paper. Dip an appropriate amount of watercolor pigment and draw a line. We can see that the gouache becomes lighter after drying and the texture becomes more matte. The gouache without water is more opaque and it can create more texture. The watercolor basically does not change, and the dried watercolor becomes more delicate. Let's see if there will be any difference when adding a small amount of water to the gouache. We can see that the color of the gouache becomes more consistent after drying, and there are no obvious watermarks. In the case of watercolor, there will be noticeable watermarks. Finally, let's review the gradient effect. We add a lot of water to create a color change from dark to light. We can see that the color of the gouache in the dark part will change slightly, but it looks more consistent than before. The light part of the gradient is almost indistinguishable from the watercolor.